Hi there, welcome back. Glad you're here. Now, if you are frightened about the prospects of the 2016 election, you are not alone. The entire U.S. economy is holding its breath. In this nail-biting reality show we call an election, companies are keeping their wallets shut and playing a little wait and see. In fact, nearly 20% of the S&P 500 companies reportedly claiming the presidential election has been bad for business. They declare it a giant red flag. Guess who's here? It's Brenberg, Associate Professor of Business and Economics at the King's College in New York City. It's another round of Bryanomics. So let's discuss. A lot of people are really worried. They're freaked out by the election. They don't know what's going to happen. We have an uncertain future. How is this affecting business?
Well, if you don't know what's going to happen in the future, particularly if you don't understand what the rules of the game are going to be, what's the tax policy, what's the regulatory policy, you don't want to engage in a big capital investment. You don't want to put a lot of money at risk. And right now, you just have two candidates in this race who nobody really believes have a plan to turn the economy around. I mean, this week the Fed said they expect the economy to grow next year at 1.8%.
I mean, that's horrible.
The third time they've downgraded their forecast this year. And you look at Clinton's plan. Is she going to do anything to turn around growth? No way. Look at Trump's plan. Is he going to do anything to turn around growth? Maybe, but he also has a lot of policies around trade and immigration that could actually wreck the economy.
Yeah, those are the variables, and they could, you know, I don't think he's going to follow through with a mass deportation. He just can't. It's too expensive. It's too bureaucratic.
Not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, but he could start a trade war, and that could be bad for business. Now, you have pointed out that he's good on taxes, better than Hillary Clinton, certainly, and he's good, at least his policy talk about regulations. That's good. Now, my worry with Hillary Clinton, and this is it, is that, you know, she's talking about taxing Wall Street, taxing the billionaires, and making these people pay their fair share. So what's going to happen is she's going to tax those people, and then she's going to count on that income, and they're going to have all these spending programs because they're not actually going to give it back to people. They're not going to stimulate the economy, and then the billionaires are going to leave, and then the middle class is going to be stuck with this enormous tax bill, and it's going to further cripple the economy.
Amen. And just today, she announced that she wants to raise the top estate tax rate to 65%.
That's insane.
What do you think people are going to do when you're levying those kind of rates? They're going to find some way to hide it. They're not going to invest it productively. That's the one thing they're not going to do.
Nope, they're going to do what the Clintons did, and they're going to have foundations, and they're going to have trusts, and they're going to have shelters, because that's what rich people do.
She provides a great model for them. So this is the problem. She's raising taxes on the rich. She's not baking in at all how they're actually going to respond to this. And so again, it's no surprise why businesses are sitting on the sidelines saying, gee, do I really want to get in now? I mean, do I really want to put a lot of capital at risk when you know she's coming after that money? She's coming after it.
And that means that banks aren't lending money and businesses aren't hiring new people.
Well, banks
banks, rather manufacturers, they're not investing in new equipment. You know, they're not building new factories. All the things that should be happening to lift economic growth and to raise that GDP past an anemic like 1.8%.
And it's totally rational on their part not to do this, by the way. How can you blame anybody for not investing? So you can jawbone all you want about, you know, banks not lending or businesses not investing, but you have to create a policy environment that's friendly to those sorts of things, that's conducive to it. Neither of the candidates are talking about that, and that's why you see so many people sitting on the sidelines right now. Business investment is low, and that's why you see a lot of concern.
It's like going on a first date wearing burlap and not brushing your teeth is what it is.
Oh, I know. That's what a great example.
Well, thank you, Brenberg. I mean, I'm no economics professor, but I can spin a yarn when necessary. Go Liberty.